We will deal with some of the halachot related to Agalat Kelim, or koshering the dishes for Pesach. So the Torah says one can't eat chametz on Pesach. However, that refers to, well, one may think that this refers to chametz itself. However, the halacha says, and that's what we follow in other kashrut areas as well, that the taste of chametz is also referred to as chametz. So much so that if a person used a chametz dish, and now on Pesach he uses the chametz dish, which again he used for pasta, making spaghetti, and now he used it on Pesach to make something which is kosher for Pesach. You want to use it for eggs. The eggs in the water extract the taste of chametz, which is absorbed and swallowed within the walls of the dish, and therefore you can't use the dish on Pesach. You can't use the dish on Pesach because again it's absorbed the taste of chametz, which therefore, in order to use those dishes on Pesach, you have to extract the chametz taste which is absorbed within it, and then you can use it on Pesach. And that's something which can be done. It takes time, it takes effort, which is the reason why many people prefer just to buy a whole new set for Pesach, and that's cool and that's okay and that's great. But nonetheless, if a person does not have the space to store so many dishes or wants to use that special dish he has, there's clearly a way, and that's the chatchila, without any question. You don't have to think twice, and there's no halachic reason why not to do it. It may be convenient, but there's no halachic reason why not to kasher the dishes for Pesach. The general rule is kebol'o kach polto. The same way it absorbs the chametz, that's the exact same way it will extract the taste of chametz, and therefore will render the dish kosher for Pesach. Therefore, if you have a pot which you've used for, if you use the pot for making spaghetti or pasta in such case, the taste of chametz is absorbed through cooking, and the way it will be extracted with water. The way it will be extracted is with water as well, which means you would take the pot, you would clean it from any remnants of chametz, and dip it into boiling water, and by staying in the boiling water even for a few seconds, that will extract the taste from the pot and will make the pot kosher to Pesach, pav. If it was fleishik or milchik before, it makes it pav and kosher to Pesach, and you can use it on Pesach without any question. So that's a simple and well-known halacha. When it comes to a frying pan, here is where Pesach differs from the year-round. So throughout the year-round, we normally hold that oil is referred to as liquids, and therefore if the taste was absorbed through liquids, it will be extracted through liquids. And even though technically you know that oil reaches a higher temperature than water, it doesn't matter. If you take a frying pan which by mistake you've used for milk and then meat, it's enough to take the frying pan and put it into boiling water, and once again the taste will be extracted and the pan will be kosher as long as the pan again is clean. When it comes to Pesach, we follow a more strict view, and since theoretically when one fries, sometimes the oil dries out and the food is absorbed directly into the boiling pot, the hot pot, in a dry way. And something which is absorbed in a dry way has to come out in a dry way. In other words, water would not be enough. That's what the halakha calls libun, which means to blowtorch the actual frying pan. Blowtorching the frying pan in this way means again to blowtorch it to the extent that either it goes red or that sparks are coming out of it. That in most frying pans today would not keep the frying pan usable afterwards, which is why frying pans is something which is preferably to buy new, especially the non-stick frying pans. Or Teflon frying pans, those can't be burnt, blowtorched, and in those cases we use a very, very thin layer of oil. So if one has a frying pan which was used for chametz, that should be replaced on Pesach and should not be used. Same applies for baking pans. Baking pans absorb the taste of chametz through heat, and therefore has to be, without liquids, has to be extracted in the same way. The way would be, therefore, if it's in the oven, again, you'd use it for the oven, it will be libun. Libun has to be, once again, you have to blowtorch it to the extent that it goes red hot, or sparks come out of it. These, again, most of the baking pans that we have today are really hard to blowtorch to that extent, and they would stay usable. Therefore, when it comes to baking pans, it's also preferable to buy new baking pans for Pesach.